Hi guys, right, we're here with Chris from Anti-Flag. How you doing, mate?
Very well, very well. This is one of my favorite places in the world to be, and we're in the company of a lot of good friends today. So I'm doing just great. Yeah.
They're really stoked to
Yeah, I mean the Souls. Without the Souls, there wouldn't be an Anti-Flag. I mean, they took us on our first tours. They showed us how to do it. They got Fat Mike to listen to our records to, even get them released. So I think that they were early champions of our band, and to be around them is good. Saves the Day. We toured with them in 1999. Yeah. Yeah.
Horrible 3 days.
And I think too, it's like you were saying, it's not thumbprinted. You know what I mean? Like we all have our own reason why we're still bands. You know what I think that's a really cool aspect of it too. It's not just like certain genre.
I think Chris was saying that the reason it's still about, the reason why they're still touring is because of playing music.
Well, not to take us down a road, but the bands like the Bouncing Souls and Anti-Flag and Saves the Day, we all started in a kind of a gray area of punk rock. It wasn't monetarily rich. It was, you were playing fire halls, you were booking your own shows because you just wanted to play songs. There were big bands, but it wasn't like 2006, and it wasn't like it is now, where there's mainstream punk rock success. So in that late 90s, early 2000s, when we all started really going for it and really playing a ton of shows and cutting our ties with real life and going after being in bands, we were just doing it because we loved it. And all of that knowledge and all of those resources in creating our own scenes and creating our own identities as bands, that's what's given us the ability to survive through what's happening now, where you're correct, like Anti-Flag and Bouncing Souls and Saves the Day and Dead to Me and Wilhelm Scream, Stop Freaking Hipsters, like our sector of punk rock may not be the topic of conversation amongst what's happening. We're not the other side of alternative rock, which is a much bigger genre right now.
I guess you're saying it's not sort of what we were talking about, but at the moment I guess it sort of is. I mean, with Russia, obviously, push around Russia.
Well, again, I'm glad we're going there too, because that's an issue that Anti-Flag is very passionate about. But we're doing it again because it's all we know how to do, and we've worked so hard at it. We're not willing to give it up because maybe it's not as fruit-bearing as maybe it was in 2006 or whatever, when Taking Back Sunday and Anti-Flag and there were major labels involved. There were, what I mean? It was like, it was given a go, like USA Today was talking about Anti-Flag, what I mean? Like that's not happening right now, but that's okay, we'll survive either way.
How inspirational, how important do you think is music, those things, in politics? Especially with such a massive setback with
Well, again, it's amazing to me because Anti-Flag has been a band that speaks to challenging the power, challenging the status quo, creating an environment of equality for all human beings and all living things. That's been the agenda. That is what Anti-Flag means. So it's interesting to me when I read, New York Times or whatever, or like The Guardian here in the UK has championed this Pussy Riot cause greater than anyone. And you read things where they're like, finally a punk band speaking politics, and I kind of go like, well, I've been doing this for a while, but who gives a shit? They're writing about it, you know? Pussy Riot to me is only as strong as long as they're in the conversation. So I'm guaranteeing that the Russian government is hopeful that we'll all get bored because we all have Twitter and we all have Facebook, and we'll stop championing their cause and we'll move on to something else tomorrow, and they'll be free to let them do their manual labor for speaking ill towards the powerful in their country and get away with it.
Yeah, I think the government thing might be this distraction of social media. Surely that would help get the message right, because there will always be that social media.
Well, precisely, which is why we need to discuss it when we're doing interviews like this. We need to keep it on the forefront of conversation wherever we can. And a lot of people will even take the idea like going like, oh man, I had a friend write like, oh man, I don't want to be another voice in the wilderness talking about pussy rights. Like, fuck that. Fuck this idea that because it's being brought out by Madonna that dude in Anti-Flag can't talk about it. Like, we all need it. A political prisoner, a prisoner of conscience, is only as valuable as their conscience is being talked about in the public, So, what we've done in Anti-Flag is we very early on, around the first week of their imprisonment, we covered the Punk Prayer song, and we put it up on, there's a SoundCloud link, you can get it anywhere and just listen to it if you'd like to. We have since done 2 benefit shows in Germany. One of their lawyers set up a fund for their families, and we've donated money to that. And then we just released with my friend Adam, who plays in a band called La Dispute. We just did he's a graphic designer as well as bass player in La Dispute. He designed a cool poster, and we put it on an Anti-Flag t-shirt that we're selling as a benefit for Pussy Riot as well. Yeah. We're working on the European distribution this week. Hopefully we'll have something soon. So yeah, that's been our championing of the Pussy Riot cause. It's impacted Anti-Flag. We can't go to Russia. We've gone there 4 times. We reached out to promoters about doing something because we just wanted to be there while this was going on. And all of our people that have promoted us in the past, none of them will have us back. It's kind of like economic censorship, because they're afraid that if they bring over a band that's talking about Pussy Riot, that they'll get audited or they'll get taxed heavier or something like that. So it's really strange that the silencing of people that are speaking to Pussy Riot, it's happening even though it's just out of fear. You know what I mean? I don't think that Anti-Flag would get thrown into a gulag if we arrive. Like that does more harm than good. But yeah. I think that it's more that these promoters are just afraid for their livelihood, because they can be impacted far greater than us just coming for one day. So it's really interesting to see, obviously someone like Madonna can still get it done, but on our level, we just want to go and play a club show in Moscow and maybe cover the song there, and we can't do it,
Are you going to be covering the song?
We might. We've done it a lot of dates on this tour. I haven't written a set list yet. We played a bit during The Cure, which I'm a little skeptical as anyone will be in the tent.
Obviously my husband brings the paper.
Yeah.
It's just a different band to what I think they are separate bands.
Yeah. Okay, good. I'm hopeful.
In the lockup, that must be pretty good.
Yeah, Mike, who runs the stage, has always been so good to us, and One year we even did the main stage and over at the lockup. Like, it's really, like, he's just a really genuine human being, and you can see it in his musical taste. He's just one of us, you know, and that's really cool to see happening. Social Distortion, yeah. Yeah, we're not friends, but I'm hopeful by the end of the day we will be. And that's another part of the set list writing, is that we have to curtail our set list not to play too many songs where we rip off Social D. That could get a little bit hairy too.
Yeah. Are there any bands you're looking to check out today?
Yeah, I mean, I caught the last 10 seconds of Dead to Me. I watched Cancer Bats from Over a Fence. But Saves the Day is really important to me. Wilhelm Scream. I watched Starfucking Hipsters. Every Time I Die, Bouncing Souls.
Every time I go, it's going to get a bit rowdy.
Yeah. I'll be at the lockup tent most of the day.
It's a really good lineup this year for all the lockup and jam.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good as well because it's such a large sort of thing.
Jonathan. We needed someone to come in and said, "Oh, yeah, get Jonathan in."
We're in an annex.
I'll send
Yeah.
a message. So I sent the message. Yeah, I sent a message.
Well, it's the best show we've been a part of in a very long time. So it's really cool that that could happen. And you know, like, even us, we did a little festival in Hatfield called Anti-Fest. We put on this year, and it was us and the Bouncing Souls and Menzingers, and you know, Mike knew that he was going to have Bouncing Souls and Anti-Fest lockup, and he was like, "Just do it. It's going to be cool." Like, you know, like, he's such a rad guy and he's one of the ones you want on your side. So
It's a shame the Menzingers aren't here.
I know. Have Make Do and Mend ever done it? No. I became good friends with those guys this summer on Warped Tour. We both did Warped this year, and I've been a fan. And it's nice to know that they're real good dudes as well. Yeah. The brothers are great. Yeah.
Well, good luck for your set then.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll see you over there. Yeah.
Definitely.
Perfect. We'll have a good weekend, man.
Thank you.